if it works.
It looks like it works, and it looks like we already have 4 people watching, just nobody talking. Let me get back over here. Here. I'm going to have to step away for a minute because I'm making tea. The pot's boiling.
Okay. I'm getting the pop-out chat ready.
Hey, Lewis. Welcome. Lewis, can you verify that you can hear both me and Donnie? Because that's the one biggest thing we've always had a problem with.
I always never had a problem with that, Buck. What are you talking about?
I always do. You can. Sometimes you can hear me. Sometimes you can't. What the hell? Damn it.
Sometimes there's an echo.
Yeah. What you didn't see is I blew up the window, so what went out to YouTube was you dropped off, basically. Hey, Dan.
Oh, really?
Cool. Lewis said he can hear both of us. I just heard the teapot just click off, so I'll be right back. Let me get my tea.
All right. So what's going on, Lewis? What's up, Dan? This might be a first. We got the audio right from the beginning.
I know. Don't jinx us. So it was really interesting when I figured out what was wrong with the stream. Somehow my video window for Discord was hidden. So I think it was Windows key R or something like that. Might have been Windows D that I had to do to hide all the displays and then hit it again to bring everything back. And when I brought everything back, I had my Discord window back, and there we are. I can stream again. I don't know. Eric did it.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains it then.
It does. As a matter of fact, Eric said he might, after church, if he doesn't have other things going on, because we're not that important, he might drop in.
Yeah, I saw him say that on Discord.
Yeah. So, Lewis, I am working on the T26 that I won the photo etch for. It's my first tank ever. I won the photo etch.
I built a tank.
It's okay. It's not bad, actually. It's actually going together a lot better than, as I've gotten experience on building a tank, it's going together better. But I won the photo etch on the raffles that we used to do on Discord or on HLI.
Right.
Another dig at Kenny. But won the photo etch, so I had to buy the tank to go with the photo etch, obviously.
Well, of course.
So these wheels here do not turn, and they're 2-piece wheels. They're similar to the road wheels, but they don't turn. I'm actually very proud of these. These are the one set of the road wheels, and there's what is
nice.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 pieces for each wheel. There's a pin here, pin here, pin here, and the 2 halves. I'm very happy because these all roll. And the first one, I didn't sand the pin enough to where it would go in. You see that silver spot?
Yeah.
That silver spot is a piece of this paper clip.
Oh, paperclip axle.
Yep. So I super glued it in on one side, put super glue in here, put it through the wheel, super glued it on the other side, and once it's painted, you won't even notice.
Right.
But I'm actually having a lot of fun with this tank.
treads or the hundreds of little pieces treads you got to put together?
These are the treads.
Oh.
Well, what was funny is I put a picture on Discord because this camera will not pick it up. But, you know, you've got these pins here to put the treads together. And I'm like, that's not going to be too bad until I realized. Let me see if I can get this thing to actually focus that close. Shoo, what's up?
Hey, it's you.
Hey,
No, it's not.
I get this new camera to work, but I have no clue how to switch cameras.
Should be on your Discord window. But that little nub.
Yeah, down at the bottom there should be a little picture of the camera. And you click the little down arrow and it'll bring up all the cameras you have connected.
And Lewis said rubber band tracks are best for tanks. Actually, I did the one link and I was like, okay, that can be done later. But this little nub here, the little point on here, that is actually the pin.
Wow.
Yeah. Once you get the pin in there, you see those arms are still sticking out of there. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to use the nippers or how I'm going to cut those off, but those have to be cut off.
Oh, so the arms are just to hold the little tiny pin with so you can get it put in there.
Exactly.
Basically.
Exactly. Those are handles.
Wow.
And when I did the first one, I was like, okay, pushed it in, I thought it was good, and it fell off. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be an adventure. But you can actually feel it pop in. And oh no, that one popped out. But you can see here, these little pins, you set the tracks on there. Did they both pop out?
Was it like hold the pieces together while you put the pins in?
Yep. And I hope I have an extra pin because I just lost one playing with this thing. Maybe it's in here. But and I actually, well, there's two separate ones. I don't think you're going to be able to see the little detail. Because one side has a bolt sticking out. Supposedly. And for these tracks to even be able to try and see to put these things in, I need my cheaters.
Surely not, Buck.
So that this thing cannot pop back out once I put it back in there. Come on. That ain't good. It's not.
There we go.
It's not playing nice.
Oh, you know.
You figure out how to switch the cameras, Stu?
Yep. Everything kind of froze up when I did it, but I got it. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going through a bunch of junk I got in mail call this week. I forgot I bought half this stuff. I blame you, Buck, because every time you show something new, I gotta have it.
See how I am? What do you got?
I got this little pin vise. I have a couple of these, but I kind of liked all the bits.
Yeah.
And I think this is one that kind of has a little drilly thing in it. So that's kind of cool. And let's see what we got here. Oh, another vise.
Here, just for fun, just to make you buy something new. How about this one?
I think that's what this one. I think that's what this one does.
Yeah.
That's why I bought it. So I have a couple of tin vices that don't do that, and I got this vice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of these soft pins so you can put stuff and not marred up. And I kind of like that because I had a couple vices that like wanted to stick to something. I don't have a real good cable for that, so this will be nice.
Yeah.
Got some more new solvent. This stuff is hard to get.
Oh, the Solvaset?
All the same.
Yeah, because everywhere I tried to get it was either like really expensive or they were out of it. So I finally ended up like getting this at Walmart, which of course buys through Micromark. Which when I went to Micromark, I have an account there, they didn't have it. So who knows? But I got it.
At first, I thought you meant that you actually went into Walmart and they had it in the store, and I was like, what?
No, I got it.
Right? I was thinking the same thing.
Nope, got it online. Got some accelerator. I'm gonna try this accelerator for CA glue. I hear it's really good because the other stuff I use, either that spritzy stuff or the spray stuff that a lot of guys use, it seems like it just, to me, it hardens the CA glue and then it makes it real brittle. So this is supposed to be kind of good for that.
I've been using this one and I really like it so far.
Yeah, I think it might be. I looked at that too, and then I looked at this. This thing though, for that price of one kit, that it came with two. So I figured, what the hell, I'll give it a shot.
I used
This
the
was like $8.
Yeah.
I use the Bob Jones, and what I do is I take a pipette and drip it on instead of spray it.
Well, see, I did that for a long time too.
I got this
Oh, right now.
Uncure. I was going to take those because some of those windows I've been gluing in that Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to see if it works. People say that it's going to eat the plastic and mar the paint, but it's like if you just put a little bit on there, it's not going to do that. So
Before
I'm not like lathering the stuff on.
before you do
But
that,
then again, I think probably some of those windows will just pop out anyway because they weren't really very well glued.
and that's what I was going to say, is before you do that, just try pushing them out, because I did it. I haven't taken any panels off, but I felt when it's still on the saucer framework, if I push on them, I can pop them loose.
Yeah, I figured I'm going to give that a shot. And these are kind of neat because they're just little connectors.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a positive and negative, and you can just put them on the wires and for sticking stuff together. Because I kind of always bother when I'm trying to solder things,
Yeah.
especially long distance. I think these will be fun to play with and see if they work. It was like, I think 20 cents for this whole pack.
So Eric said in the chat he's grabbing food, then home, then he's gonna pop on. And Lewis told me I should just get a bunch of elastic bands for this thing. I might eventually, or depending on how terrible these things are to put together. If it becomes a royal pain in my behind, I will just glue it. I'll pop those pins in and I'll glue them.
I've got some more of these more connectors.
Oh, and
Let's see, it was in a nice case. What is this? Oh, I think this might be a buck purchase.
oh yeah,
Little mini drill.
yeah, it looks
I've got
kind of like this.
Yeah, that's the same one. So I've got this one, this Dremel, which is nice, but I think this is slower, right? It has much slower speed.
I think so. I think the Dremel minimum is like, no, this one says 3,002. I was going to say that I think the Dremel's 3,000, but the key thing is the battery dies on this thing a little bit quicker than the Dremel, so that speed slows down.
Well, I know because this one has like 28, 20, it has a bunch of different speeds, but I think even at the slowest speed, it's still really fast.
Yeah.
So I figured, I'll give this one a try, and then
The one thing to remember on this one is don't remember to hit the plus instead of the minus, because I always hit the minus.
okay.
But yeah, I haven't had this one melt any plastic yet.
That's why I like this one. On the slowest speed, it's supposed to be 5,000 RPMs, but it does not melt the plastic.
That's because I got a lot of windows on that cleanup we're gonna pray to do, and I didn't want to spend all day with these tools. Kind of got this. I haven't tried this before. I don't know if you guys have, but it's brush and nozzle super glue. It has a brush and nozzle.
Interesting.
I don't think I might try that.
Yeah, because I mean, I use this one a lot. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So I kind of like this gel. So I buy that a lot, but then I saw this, and I think it's a thinner one, but I like the idea of having a brush so you're not like oozing it all over the place.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I use what Wayne does.
Yeah.
This hole is getting huge, but the pin vise.
This pin vise for I'm gonna the needle thing like you guys do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that one for this. And I forgot what I got this for. It's double back tape. I forget why I need double back tape.
Tape the decals down so you don't have to get them wet.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Somebody used it on a deal. I said, "Oh, that's really cool. I'll try that." So then I've got these little mini drill bits.
Oh yeah, I have scads. I have probably broken 100 or 150 of those over the years.
Yeah, that's comforting.
Well, the smaller ones, if you look at them wrong, the ones that are like a hair thickness of a hair, if you look at them wrong, they break.
I've gotten some really small ones. Yeah, if you look at them wrong, they break. But I like these because they have a bigger shaft.
Yeah.
So I can put them in some of these tools easier. Because the smaller ones, it's like every time I put them in one of these pin vices, it would break before I got to use it.
Well, see, and that's the thing that's what I'm using in here, is those.
You're right.
But for windows, this is my go-to. And if it ever wears out, I'll buy another one.
Yeah, I've got one of those. That definitely is slow.
Yeah.
And I got a new micro file set. I'm using those.
When Eric bought his, I bought one too and still haven't opened it.
Then I've got this bender. Got this little one here, which is nice, but it's kind of for small stuff. So I got this one a little bigger. So we'll see how that works out. And then last one I got was this. I think these are files. So I got this kind of deal with these are some smaller files. I think Kenny has this one.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, it's got some smaller files that attach to them. I think they're just slightly smaller than this set, which would be good.
So apparently Lewis wasn't getting ready for work for this week. Nat beat him up and took his phone away.
I think these are another top bite, I think. These sponges, sanding sponges.
I have a couple of those.
Yeah. We got various grits. And of course, this last one is definitely a top purchase. I just got this yesterday. Yeah, it's heavy as hell, though. It's that magnetic.
Oh, yeah.
I can't figure out what that's for yet, but.
What is it?
It's a magnetic hand holder, the third hand thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's heavy.
Yeah, because the base has to be heavy to hold all that stuff. And that's the exact one that I got because it's got the light.
Yeah, got the light. I'll have to go through because I got this yesterday, so I'm not sure what all it has that does things.
It has two long arms, two short arms, two or 4 clips, alligator clips to go on the arms. I think it's got 3 spare clips, and then the 3 little tower, or 4 or 6 little towers to hold an actual circuit board.
I don't know what the hell these are.
That's to hold. Those are the little towers I'm talking about. If you put those on the board, you can actually put the tops where it's pointy and there's a groove in there. You can set your circuit board inside that groove. Instead of actually grabbing on the circuit board with the alligator clips, you're grabbing it with that.
Oh, okay, cool.
That way, if your PCB goes
25 gooseneck, 14 gooseneck, 6 alligator clips, circuit board holder, light, heavy duty base, non-slip rubber pads, and 1 cleaning cloth.
It's supposed to have the 2 extra. That's why it says 6.
Yep.
I watched I don't remember if it was a video or if it was just a review, but somebody said that they ended up with 3 instead of 2. So did I. So you probably got 3 of the spare alligator clips.
Okay.
So.
And this is I think this is definitely a candy buy here, I think.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Kevin. Kevin, I think. KX4.
You got freaking Christmas here.
Nothing wrong with that.
You can tell me what I'm doing wrong on my tank.
Was that Chris?
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have these experts because then, when I was watching Eric yesterday, I'm like watching him, and that's some small stuff. And I've looked at the direction, like some of that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what do we got here? I think this is definitely give me Christmas. There's some way to open this box. I just don't know what it is.
Inside that box, you have a thing.
Fine. Geez. That's the first step, is if you can open the box.
Yeah. Hey, Eric.
So, yeah, it's this little... I think this is a circuit, which is for circuit boards too.
Yep.
Oh, and there goes everything. Never mind.
That's a Kenny buy.
Yep, that's a candy buy.
And that's great if you've got a circuit board that big. But usually we're going to be working on little tiny ones, so the helping hands.
One of the things I like to too is like when I'm working on some bigger deals. This is a kind of a nice, clamp too to kind of clamp things in.
So I'm going to make you spend money, Shu.
Oh, great! Thank you. What do you got for me now?
So I've been, I realized this morning as I was working on this thing and trying to sand those so that they fit.
Right.
I've had these things sitting, I've had a pair of them hanging up on the other side of the room. Hemostats.
Oh, yeah, I have something like that. That's really kind of neat. I've got to find it here.
Yeah, well,
probably my other drawer.
You know how
it's kind of like a hemostat for like for soldering, because you can kind of hook each side up and it holds everything in the center.
Well, it's like, when you grab something with tweezers, it pings off to the other side of the planet. When you grab something with a hemostat, it stays in place.
Yeah, because that's the thing about when I was watching Eric yesterday. Every time you put those little deals on tweezers, I go, one of those is going to go flying across the room. and it did.
Oh, cool. So Chris is
Okay.
cleaning up his shop, and he is just, he's managed to take 3 steps backward, followed by 3 more steps backwards.
Ah.
It's funny because that's the exact same thing that happens when I do stuff in my garage. When I clean up the garage, it goes from semi, it's partially messy, and then it's destroyed, and then it starts getting clean again.
And I got this clamp, which is really nice, but it's got this like base that's supposed to stick to things. It never sticks to things. As soon as I put something in, it falls over. But it's kind of a nice clamp.
Well, it's a suction clamp. You gotta lick it
It's got that
first.
suction deal, and it's like, it never suctions to anything.
Yeah, Kevin, I saw somebody in a video using a hemostat, and I was like, that is so cool. So I quickly went to eBay and bought 5 of the curve, 5 of the straight. Put 4 of each in a drawer, hung the other 2 up on my soldering station, and left them there for the last 6 months.
Yeah, I think I did a lot. Like I said, I see you guys get some. Oh, I gotta have that, and then I go get it, and it's like, well, okay, whatever I was using it for, I don't use it for. So, and actually, this was a really good buy here. One of those quick buys. It's just a big box of clamps,
Yep.
different sizes. It was like, I think on one of those eBay, or not eBay, but Amazon sales was like $5.
That's nice.
I mean, nice, big, small, medium-sized clamps. These things are pretty.
It's nice. I've got some slightly smaller ones like that.
Yeah, because I've got a bunch of these. These sides, which are nice, but again, sometimes you just need a
Bigger clamp.
slightly bigger clamp than that.
Anytime I come across clamps that seem reasonable.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing is that I don't know if you can ever have too many clamps, because especially if you're doing like starships and you got to clamp the saucers and things. I mean, man.
Yeah, well, and that was something too that on that. Both on the speed build for the A300 or the A380, and when I did the when I glued the hull to the Queen Mary together.
That doesn't do what yours does. I'm not have to buy one like you got, Buck. So great, thanks.
You're welcome. But when I glued the Queen Mary together, I do a section at a time. Put a bunch of glue
That's
on.
a big hole.
I put a bunch of glue on it, and then I wait. I clamp part of it, and it's sitting there wide open on the other end.
So I got these. I printed these up for my Klingon Bird of Prey for the base.
Very cool.
So the plan is I want to run and put some holes in the back so I can run an LED in here, and that should I'm hoping that just lights up the inside.
Nice.
And I'm going to paint that red on the inside, so that should light up red on the inside for each one. And the main base, I think, is still in the garage.
Hey, GB, and great idea, Chris. I bought the ones that I have. I've got 10 of them. I probably have more than I'll ever use. And Chris was saying that go to flea markets to get hemostats. Of course, the ones, he also said that those clamps are too big for roach clips. I'm sure the ones that you get at the flea market, those were roach clips.
Yeah, probably.
I am liking building tanks. Although,
Like I said, never built one.
well, and I can see why the wheels here are stationary, because as you roll it, in the real tank, obviously they're going to roll, but as you roll it, it's just going to slide over top.
Thing I was thinking about a tank is you spend like all that time getting those road wheels to turn. Are you ever going to move those at all? Once you're done, you're going to put it on the shelf.
Wait. Just like airplanes, if you build airplanes, you're going to go with the tank. You're going to go.
Gotcha. I stand corrected.
And I'm still contemplating whether I'm going to. I'm probably not going to weather it because it's my first tank.
Right.
But I still have the 135th VW Bug and this piece of foam that, or what is it? I forget what. But I've got this piece of foam that when I painted it, it ate the foam. Put the VW Bug and this thing on there. Although I don't know why the road is yellow.
Like a nice rough area for a tank.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was supposed to be a flat tarmac. This is the best.
I mean, that works really good for a tank sim.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Only the drive sprocket really needs to turn. Speaking of which, the one that had the pins, I went back and tore them all out yesterday. Because somebody let me put all those pins in and fight with them and everything, and they said, yeah, usually I'd just tear them out or not leave them in, put them in there. Wonder who that was, Chris.
But that's how that usually happens. Is after the fact was, you could have done this to make it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tanks.
Did you say tanks?
Tanks for nothing.
Exactly. I'm sitting here doing this the hard way. I can tell I'm going to wear these out, though, pretty quick. But if I put them on bigger parts like this.
So you have to build all the tracks, each individual link?
Uh-huh.
Dude, you'll be doing that for the next 3 months.
They actually, when I get them to sit on here and I pushed them in, of course they fell off because I left the handles sticking out. They actually went together pretty reasonably. And of course, now that I've said that, none of them will fit anymore, ever.
I know I've seen people like build little jigs to make that go faster.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is, this kit actually came with the jig. It's this part right here. And Chris is saying he didn't say that. Yes, he did. All we have to do is go back and look at the stream from last week. So, Donnie, I saw the figures. What are you building? Okay, there's another one. What are you building today?
I'm working on some Warhammer minis for commission.
Cool. You got Eric hooked on minis for about 15 minutes.
I know. Yeah, I got some Space Wolves. Have a towel.
No. Not the track pins. The pins in the sprocket.
And a drop ship.
That's cool.
It is.
And it actually opens on the front.
Very nice.
You can put the Space Marines in it. There's some cool stuff in Warhammer, but man, it's expensive.
Yeah.
And it's getting more expensive.
Right?
We went grocery shopping yesterday. Yes, the bill is a little bit higher because my son is passing through, and so we bought some extra stuff. But still, between Aldi and Sam's Club yesterday, it was about $700.
Wow.
Yeah. My wife, when we got done, she's like, I'm not shopping anymore in March.
And March has anything to do with it.
Yeah. No, but she's just she was saying that we're not shopping anymore just to keep the budget a little bit going.
Right. So where's your son going at? Or is he still going back to Alaska?
No, other son.
Oh, okay.
My other son, who is I think he's a graphics artist. I'm not sure exactly what I know he paints. He does quite a bit of stuff on the computer. No degree. He just taught himself. He is moving out of, he moved out of Omaha. And he's staying with us for not sure how long, but he wants to go over to, because he has friends in Philadelphia. He wants to go there for about 6 months. And while he's here with us, he's going to see, since his mother is Austrian, if he can claim Austrian citizenship. And if he can, his plan is to move to Germany or Austria or somewhere in Europe.
Okay.
I like that. Okay. You think the same way I do.
I mean, I know Omaha not the greatest place in the world, but
Yeah.
heading over to Europe right about now would not be my idea of a place to go.
No.
And Philadelphia ain't much better than there either.
No. But, he's an adult.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. You gotta let them do what they want to do.
He knows he's got a place to land here.
Give them some advice and let them do what they want to do.
Yep. Because he's related to me, and if you tell him what you're doing is stupid, he is going to do it twice as fast. I blame my parents that I have a divorce, because I don't think I'd have ever married that woman if they hadn't been against it.
With all their fault.
Exactly. I just realized something. What I should do, instead of starting working on the axles, I should work on this pin that goes into the rest of the suspension.
I don't think I have any.
You don't.
Oh, yeah,
You're
I do.
out.
This is better. There we go. Amazing what heavy grit sandpaper will do compared to light grit.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see why they make different grits.
120 grit damn near has rocks on there. It's funny too, on the suspension pieces, with the pins that hold the axles and the pins that hold the two halves together. It's damn near snap fit. One thing about tanks, all these little bitty pieces, by the time you get to the last one, you know you're doing it right.
And then you're done.
Exactly.
I'm still trying to figure out when it comes to tanks. I think Chris says this, and maybe somebody else, how they don't like having the rubber band treads.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what Eric has on his.
Yeah.
Why would you not like that? I feel like that's pretty damn easy and simple.
Probably realism. Welcome back, Lewis.
From everything I've read, it's because the plastic treads have a little sag in between the wheels like a real tank tread would. Whereas the rubber band treads stretch tight across there.
That makes sense. So I love what Lewis said. He said, "Hi again, sorry for the interruption. I had someone come and nick my phone and speak to me like I was a child. I showed her who's boss. So Lewis is in the doghouse."
Yeah.
That may be his last post of the stream.
Could be his last post ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what happened to Lewis? Well, read this post. He's just doing it so now we have a timeline when he disappears. We go, well, we heard from him on this date at this time.
Chris said not all tanks have a sag in the tracks.
Only old ones.
I think that's what I was going to say. It all depends on the age of the tank.
Yeah. That's just kind of scary. Well, how did I do this one right, but not this one? Now what the hell?
You were paying attention on one of them?
Well, I mean, I got the curve perfect on one of them. This one is not working. Damn Klingon stuff.
It's kind of funny about the Klingons and Romulans. Because in the 60s, at least in my mind, the Klingons were stand-ins for Russians.
Right, yeah.
And the Romulans were stand-ins for Chinese.
Yep. That's the impression I always got. And of course, you had to put a Russian on the bridge because the Russians were upset.
Yeah, Chris said depends on the nation, and the ones that did sag only sagged when the tanks weren't in operation.
Oh, there it is.
This is all the way down. Chris also said rubber bands are good for beginners, but you will move away from them. Wait, I did this wrong. I have real tank tracks first. So if I start with,
Yeah, you never do anything easy.
I don't. So if I start with the real one,
You did a whole space shuttle thing with no pins.
exactly. Well, Well, here's what's funny is there's locator pins on these little bitty pieces. Yeah, and you said you couldn't glue the older rubber band tracks. You had to heat them with a knife or a screwdriver and melt them together. And he said, like usual, Buck did it backwards. Somebody's got to do it backwards.
Pins on the tiny parts?
So what?
You don't like the locator pins on the little tiny parts?
No, I'm just saying that on the little tiny parts, unlike the shuttle, I mean, I got huge parts for that shuttle, no locator pins. This has locator pins. This little bitty piece here has locator pins on either end. Oh, no, I'm an idiot.
What?
We do that, but what do you do?
Hang on, I got to see if I can get these apart. Because these are supposed to be attached in here. Okay, I got one side off. I looked at these pins and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, crap, that's it.
Exactly, oh crap. There's one. I'll show you guys in a second once I get this apart. Oh, beauty. Beauty. They came apart. So awesome. So these little pieces of the suspension. Let me see if I can. It's not going to focus that well. There's a hole right here in this piece here that those locator pins are supposed to go through it. So let me try this again.
Teeny tiny pins.
Yes. I don't know if you can see the hole right there, the end of my fingernail.
Just barely.
This fits in.
Yeah.
This fits inside of there. This rocker arm, and then that pin goes through and holds it in place so it can move. Fortunately, I was able to drop this pin and not lose it. Yay. I was able to pull the pins back out, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to go back in there where they belong.
Miscalculate.
I'm going to have to resand it. You know, I'm going to steal Wayne's thing. I make mistakes, so you can laugh at me.
We're not laughing at you. We're just laughing towards you.
Exactly. No worse than what I always say when something goes wrong for people. I always tell them, not laughing with you. I'm laughing at you.
That's right.
We're not laughing at. Well, no, yeah, we're laughing at you.
And that's done. What do I do next?
Oops, too far.
I know. I have a little quick project. Put this in my. Oh. Yeah, this little deal too. I forgot. It's like just Bluetooth switches. different size switches.
Nice.
Nice little case, and yeah.
Oh, cool.
There are some really, really small ones.
Okay. Well, you know, what you do is you find a drawer to throw all those switches in, and use that box to put model parts in.
When you were talking about that yesterday, I've got a bunch of those little, things like that. I just never thought about putting parts in. Just like never went, hey, that's a darn good idea.
Well, I started doing it because that's how the Oakry parts come.
Oh. Okay, so let me this.
I have to say,
little project here.
this is not for the faint of heart.
Every time you guys say that, it's like, yeah, now I don't want to do a tank.
It's actually fun.
These small parts are hard enough to deal with, but then when they're really super small
Well, it depends on how much you enjoy a really good challenge.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That's not good.
Blame it on Eric.
Forgot about these guys, too. I got those pins.
If I get it far enough out to where I can see where the pin's coming through, then I can't get the part onto it.
I forget whether it was you or Kenny that showed off these chrome pins.
It was Kenny. Kenny
Yeah.
and Omar, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was Omar. Yeah, who first showed these off. So I'm like, yep, got them. Haven't used them, but got them. So I've got quite a few marker pins that are really kind of neat. This is a nice set. Now these are oil markers, and they're nice. Yeah, nice sharp tip on them, and I've used them for quite a few things. I forget how much it was, and a couple of them were dried up, but it's like I think it was really cheap, so I could live with it. But a lot of colors, and they work really nice. They're just oil based.
Yeah, I ended up buying those ones that Omar posted too.
So did I. We all do that. Somebody posts something, whether we're ever going to use it or not, we buy it.
We got to buy it. It's like, I need that. Because you never know if I need that. I might need it. Or like I do, I'll have a neon. I really need that. That'll be cool. Then I will get it, and I'll forget why I needed it. I need something like this. Let me buy it now.
And by the time you forgot that you bought it?
No, I remember I bought it. I just can't remember once I got it, what I bought it for. So I got this little deal for my nephews, and so I think I'll build it. It's a quick build. No paint, because I can't paint this. It's too damn cold. I might do hand painting. We'll see. Look at that. All these shiny parts.
So I got one of these in here. And what it does is it lets this thing rotate. Is it going to matter in the end? Probably not.
That's nice. Looks like it has. Whoa. Okay. Like got the whole screw. This has got a cloth cape. It looks like all the deals are stickers instead of water slides, maybe.
Huh.
That's neat.
Wow.
Oh, no, there's water slides right there. Okay.
I was able to take it apart, and both of them now move. I agree. Chris said it's always Eric's fault.
I'm good with that. Ah, holy crap, I hate these instruction sheets.
Are they instructions or just more like guidelines?
Well, on these Bandai kits, sometimes they're not. Because if you put the wrong thing in the wrong place, and it's when it snaps together, it pretty well snaps together.
It is there forever.
So I've done that, especially that AT one. That was, man, there was all kinds of weirdness about that. And different hands.
I am very happy with this.
Yeah.
I managed to unscrew my screw up.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Let me see something.
Head. A good place to start. The head.
Nope, that ain't gonna work. So you know, a smart man, instead of fighting with the other one, trying to get it back through there, would just do this.
Well, you know, Chris is probably going to tell you that there's a better way to do it once you're done with it.
He will. He'll tell me what you do is cut the head off of a pin, cut the pieces just the right length, which I'm about to do.
Oh, sure, I opened up the wrong bag. Okay.
That's okay. Just use those parts.
Yeah.
You know, got the wrong bag of parts. Just use them anyway.
We'll just read them. Oh, that's nice. Oh, we should put a towel down. I don't want to mark these up. These are nice. These are nice and shiny and chromy.
Where did I put my diagonal cutters?
Oh, the piece. You kind of make one piece then. I wonder how well just brush paint is going to go on a chrome part.
Just brush painting?
Yep. Like this gun, it's mostly is all chrome, but I know there's like this should be black, and this is black. So there's a lot of black on here. I wonder if just painting that's going to stick.
I don't know. By the way, yesterday when I started messing with the pins and the paper clip, because I had looked at the photo etch and I have to make hinges. 1/35 scale hinges. Those right there are the hinges. And I'm supposed to put a pin through there. Figured out.
Supposed to.
Well, I figured out what I can use. Same thing I'm about to use here.
And
What they don't tell you on the tank instructions is that step 1 takes about 3 weeks.
yeah, it doesn't ever tell you about times. This should take you this long. When I do it, I add like another month to the time frame.
I'm liking that. That might be the go-to for the rest of these. Because I'm willing to bet I'm not going to have to fight to put this thing through.
That's kind of a neat little thing there. On these screws, they've got these like, normally you don't see these, but they're little, like bigger tabs. So when you set it down, it won't mar the metal, the chrome.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's kind of a neat little deal. So I was thinking I got to break out my towels to put these on. But, yeah. Got one Bandai kits.
Wait, that's right. That's a Band-Aid. Why don't you just put all the parts back in the box and shake it up?
Because they're on screws. That won't work.
Ah, there is that.
Of course, I'm going to get my fingerprints all over this, but what the hell? What are you going to do?
Just throw some super clean on there. That'll fix the fingerprints. Damn it. Thought
And that didn't work.
Well, I missed the hole in the pin, or the part. The spring, I think.
I just, dumbass. Trying to build a model like you, cutting off all the locator pins by mistake.
Look at that. So much more better. Just getting it in there was a pain in the behind.
Man, come off there. There we go.
Worked on one side, but on the other side it's going to not play nice. Plus that pin lines up the two halves.
Can't tell if those are supposed to be there or not. Holy there. And we got the head. A. break out some towels. Oh, good job.
I'm guessing that tank builders have a lot of available metal pipes or metal pins.
You're probably getting them over the years.
Yeah, well, so that you can replace broken plastic parts. Yeah, brass wire. Really? Chris said brass wire is what he has.
Well, that does make sense.
Well, and it's got me looking over at my spare parts because wooden model builders end up with a lot of brass wire. Definitely not that thick shit. The only question is this isn't thin enough to fit through here. That's
thin wire.
Yeah. Well, I've got some thin, but the only problem is it's thin enough that if I use it, it's not going to hold the piece together right. Yeah, K&S brass wire / rod in various sizes. The problem is the wire that's thin enough to fit into the arm is not thick enough to hold the pieces right. All right. Let me go back to doing it the hard way. Because that's what I do.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Must take a month to do these sprues. So on this sprue here, it's all black, but on this type there's a visor that they did almost like a smoke look. So it's not black, but it's kind of like a smoky clear. They stuck it on that sprue there. It's like, man. Retail. And we're back to the bees. house.
Kenny's in the house. How goes it, Kenny?
Kenny finally showed up.
Yep. I think he said something about 50,000 space salute for everybody who showed up today on the this stream.
Ah,
Oh, cool.
what's the over/under on his stream this afternoon?
Kenny just woke up. Good Lord, I couldn't. It's 2:00 in the afternoon his time. I know he's planning on streaming tonight or this afternoon.
Slacker.
Yep. So,
He thinks he's already retired.
I am just working for the next one.
Me too.
Although I do have to say I'm jealous of Kenny because he's 2 years, I think he's 2 years closer to his next retirement than I am. But on the other hand, that I believe that is his first retirement.
Well, and I just got to hang out for 2 more years for mine.
It was kind of funny during our staff meeting on Thursday. Somebody mentioned that Jim's retiring in 3 years. I was like, I wish you'd hurry up because I'm next.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I see.
Damn it. I was like, yay, it went in. It went in, but it missed the hole. Damn it.
That's what she said.
Well. Told you Lewis was in trouble. He said, hey again, sorry again, I stupidly let her who farts in bed read my last comment.
I gotta do this like he got a death wish.
He does. But it's good for entertainment.
That is true. Well, what the hell? That's just nothing in there.
Is it wrong of me to laugh at Lewis's misfortune?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't think so either, but just like to check.
Doesn't fit very well.
Damn it. So close, yet so far.
There we go.
That feels right. That feels right. No, it's not. Damn it. There's the problem. I have this little burr on the bottom of this part. Lewis said his misfortune started when he got married.
Yeah, I'm sure he's suffering.
Yeah. Every time it slides in there, it's like yay, and then it's not in there right. Come on. Yay! It's in there.
No.
It's in the hole. Let's see. Kenny said.
Two down and how many to go?
Well, two that I had to take back apart. So I was working with glued parts. Two more to go. And I'm guessing that they're not going to be near as painful.
Now that you think you know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't think they're going to be as painful.
That's why I said you think you know what you're doing.
So Kenny said, let me know so I can win that bet. I'm not sure what bet he's talking about. Obviously, somebody, probably me, said something.
Probably about whether he's going to stream or not.
The over-under on the screen.
And then he said, was up at 4, brought mom to the airport, stayed up till 9, working on odd jobs, and then Kelly let me sleep in. 2020,
Always an excuse for that one.
2023, he's going to retire if there's a package. Otherwise, he's going 2026 for a full 30 years. I think he needs to go 2026 for a full 30 years, so he's only retiring a year before me.
Well, they keep offering packages for early retirement, but they suck Rob at it.
Same here.
That is really cool. Actually, let me see. So Lewis said, I wouldn't swap her for the world, though. The world is too messed up. Now a chocolate bar, and she would be gone.
What kind of chocolate bar?
Uh-oh. Sounds like you might have a taker there, Lewis. Okay.
I mean, there are different levels of chocolate, you know.
Yeah.
And there we go. We have a head.
Cool. Very nice. Is it bad that after not looking at the video for quite a while, I looked up and saw these little tin plates? I'm like, who's got those little tin plates?
I didn't know which one. You got these plates. I need those. I already have those.
Hey, I have something like that.
Yeah, I looked at my own stream, looked at video from my my camera, and went, "Who's doing that?"
It's no different than looking for your paintbrush and then realizing it's in your hand.
Yep. Come on. Oh, wait, I just realized I'm on step 2 of this kit. I am cooking with heat.
You get a tank and try it. Never built one.
It's worth a shot. I mean, it's a little bit, I don't want to say difficult. It's just really, really tiny details.
On the track. It's like I noticed, like on Eric's, it's like the tracks are all detailed, yours are all detailed, but then when you get to the main part, it's like nothing. It's a tub and pieces on top.
Well, what else is
all the detail is in the treads.
What else is there on a tank?
You could do the interior.
Yeah, but those cost almost $100. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
You saw the Meng last week, didn't you?
Did I?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Well, hang on, let me set this part down.
Did you buy a tank with the interior and all on it?
Oh yeah, when I saw it on Amazon, I was like, I need that.
I can't afford to play that game.
Neither can I, but I do it anyway. Okay. And instead of...
I can't afford to do it. You know, every time you gotta take it, I gotta have that.
Well, instead of just trying to take the tank off the top, which I almost died from last week, because the other two kits wanted to fall on top of me. 2 semis. It's not really a tank, it's an armored vehicle.
Close enough.
Oh, the Bradley.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a full interior. It's got a full interior.
Yeah. It's like an armored personnel carrier. You can't put personnel in.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because I saw a video of somebody building it, and I was like, I have got to have that. Hadn't built Tank 1, but I'm like, I've got to have that. Packing my undercarriage with mud. He has a King Tiger with full interior. Don't do it. That's what Chris said. Well, I saw one, I don't remember if it was on eBay or Amazon, but I was like, that is so intriguing. I don't remember what tank it was, but it was like full interior and clear exterior.
Okay. PC.
That would be interesting.
I think it would be awesome because you build the tank, the armor and everything is like, it's okay, but you got the interior and you can see everything inside.
Well, it's like that plane. Who was it built that plane on the forum?
Lancaster.
And one side of the plane body was clear.
Was the Lancaster, and I believe it was Lewis. And I was like, that
was cool.
Yeah, and well, I was like, that looks really cool. And I went and looked for it, and I was like, yeah, that is really cool.
Well, I'll be damned.
It's well out of my price range.
I didn't know there was anything under.
That depends on how much I need it. You know, like
There's a whole screw missing. Where did it go?
so. Dan said, "Chris, do you mud up your undercarriage if the tank has side skirts or just what's visible?" And Chris said, "That's up to you, Dan. This Achilles has fenders that cover the upper part, but I still did it." And then Dan said, "If there's a Tacom King Tiger, too late, bought it a couple of years ago."
Drop it.
Drop it like it's hot?
Yes, there it is. Give me Christmas. I'm getting old.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm with you there. Getting is not a good word. Like, I'm already freaking there.
And how old do you admit you're old, right? Right?
I just admitted it, so I'm old.
I think he's talking about himself, but Donnie, you're old.
I haven't admitted it yet.
Doesn't matter.
Take a poll. The HLI poll is Donnie old.
Yes. Next question.
You're only as old as the people you hang out with. Damn, I gotta get new friends.
It's not the age, it's the mileage.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're the life. Exactly.
It's like I keep telling people, I'm 29. I just have 28 years of experience at it. So Lewis said too late about the Tacom Tiger King, the Tacom King Tiger, that he's already started building it. Dan said he blames Andy because he built one and it looked cool.
Now, is that the pink one?
It could be. And Kenny's about 5 minutes behind on the stream because he goes, the old elderly, not knowing they're watching themselves. Chris said he cut a lot of stuff out of the video. And Lewis said, yes, I did the Lance with the clear side and put motors into the engines to turn the props. Just can't post the video. That's awesome.
Yeah, no kidding. That's cool.
I've got some small videos. I forget which one it was, but I saw when Revell started coming out with their Technique ones that have the motors. I was like, that looks really cool. So I bought some small motors to go into a model eventually. Eventually. When you have 499 things in your stash, everything is eventually. I just looked this morning. That's why I know how many I have.
I don't have to look to know I don't have that.
Well, one thing about it, those scale mates doesn't differentiate between models and the photo etch.
Yeah. I'd be curious about is if they don't put prices on there. If you would put prices in there, how much would your stash be worth? Depending on their prices. So I've got a movie deal that does kind of like Stashmates does, but you actually could put in how much you paid for the movies.
Yeah.
And see what your deal's worth.
Without looking, I know my stash is worth probably $30,000. Why did I spend that money? I don't know.
That means me all at once.
No.
And I've got a couple models that are worth quite a bit now because they're no longer in production.
Yeah.
And they won't because the company that doesn't have the contract anymore.
Like my
I've got a couple of the 72nd fine mold 72nd scale Millennium Falcons, and I know that I forget who put them out. Somebody put them out. I forget who now. The same thing, but I think with these, it's just, I've seen them going on eBay for quite a
It
bit.
was Revell, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Revell put them out.
It's like my C57D. You can find the small one, but the 27-incher, good luck.
And I've got a couple of actually, I have a couple of clear Enterprise Ds. I have one. I can't find the other one, so. But if I ever find the other one, that's going to Omar, so he's got dibs on that one.
Kenny said, that is cool, Lewis. Lewis said, thanks and hi, Kenny. Chris said, never let the wife know what the stash is worth. My wife knows what my stash is worth. That's why we talk every now and then about the house insurance, how much contents we should insure it for. Liz just had to clarify to Nat that I was talking about my stash and not his. Hey, glad to get you in trouble, Lewis. No problem. Come on. Huh. You would think both sides.
That's right.
I would think that both sides of these arms would go back the same distance, but they don't. One goes a little bit further than the other. So Lewis said, Nat knows how much my stash is worth to me. It's priceless, but she has said, if anything happens to me on the road, my stash is the first thing to go. Kenny said Kelly knows how much his stash is worth. She promotes him buying hobby stuff. And Chris said, when he gets a new model, I build the first 2 steps and then put it in my stash for 5 years, making it worthless. Kenny went, but that is so she can buy things. That's one of the funny things is Andrea bought me a model one time for Christmas, and I was very appreciative. But when she realized that I had 2 already in the stash, she's like, I'm not buying models anymore, ever.
I just got an amen out of that one.
What was it she bought? Wow, sorry guys, there was just a squirrel outside. He stopped and he actually looked like he was looking into the house. But no, the model, I think it was it's the Visible Enterprise, which I appreciate. have yet to build one.
Yeah, but can you ever have too many of one thing?
No,
There you go.
it's
Because
like,
you're going to build it, and then you might want to change to build it. You might want to rebuild it.
well, it's like the Enterprise bridge. Ah, damn.
All right, because they keep changing that one.
Yeah. Well, in 2013,
What I have, I think, is not the original one, but it was like the second repop, but not the new repop they just did.
yeah. Well, the second repop that they did in 2013 is the exact same, kind of, as the. Oh, what was this? Where was it going? The one they just did.
On the secondary repop, didn't they add more characters to it?
They did, but the current one only has like 5 characters, but you can build up to 6 people. I actually have somewhere around, and I never got the one in 2013, so I was really glad when it came out that they were repopping this one.
If you repop that one and you have the old one, you could build like 20 characters and pretty much have a whole starship.
Oh yeah, well, I actually bought extra characters too. Before, I didn't get the 2013 one with the full bridge and the full round, but I have of the older ones, the 70 something, or I don't remember when it was released, but the older one, I have at least 2 or 3 of them. I don't know for sure because it doesn't list on ScaleMates.
It's time for you to do inventory, but
You know how long it takes me to do inventory on the models?
I can't imagine.
That's what I don't actually inventory. When I moved them upstairs, I had a computer up there, and that's how I did it. Is as I brought the models upstairs, or as I put them onto the shelf, I put them into ScaleMates. If I forget to put one into ScaleMates, I'll never know I have it. These wheels are slightly off,
True.
so there was no way to put the pin through.
I hate these instructions. Okay. Open the page.
The squirrel moment. Yes, indeed.
Is that one of the ones you said wasn't going to be no problem?
What, these wheels?
Yeah.
It wasn't a problem. I picked up the little blue drill. I drilled the hole. No problem.
Oh, shoot. Okay. What's the program, dude?
And she's talking to himself.
Well, like these instructions I fold out. Well, I'm working on like 2, and I'm like, okay, here's a step. They never told you to do the first steps. And we're on the first step. Well, they're on the other page. So you gotta like fold this thing out this length.
I don't like the fold out instruction.
To see where, because I just missed like 3 steps. And that makes sense because the neck piece, there's no place to put it. It says put it here, but none of those pieces existed yet.
All right, Lewis. Have a good one. Lewis has got to get up early in the morning.
All right, have a good one, Lewis.
And for work.
So that wheel I just did, and this one must be the first ones I did because they're crooked. But like I said, one quick shot with the drill. And it will go right in. You too, Lewis. Stay safe on the road this week.
Later, Lewis.
He said, "Have fun and stay safe." Wow. It's almost 2:00.
It is.
No, it's not. It's only 11:41.
It's because you're on the wrong side of the planet.
Ain't that the truth?
You know how it is. California does everything their own way.
Including take over Washington.
Right. There you go.
That's the truth of it.
Well, don't forget, Californians have been, for the last several years, have been like, this shit sucks. And so they've been moving.
They move somewhere else and they take that sucky shit with them.
Yeah, they've been moving to Texas.
Freaking parasites.
Well, see, that's why I'm ahead in the game. I'm beating them at their own game. Because Illinois has a lot of the same type of problems. So when people in Illinois start saying, this place sucks, when they all leave, I'm still here. I win. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, but your area ain't. Well, when I was there, it wasn't that bad.
No, it's not. But St. Louis is slowly creeping over this direction.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. But when I was in St. Louis wasn't that bad either. I mean, there were some shitty parts of it, but it was still pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because like the waterfront was all touristy. Well, they always kept that fairly decent because they wanted the tourists to show up.
It was kind of funny. We went to the other side of St. Louis for a doctor's appointment this week. And as we were going through, my wife was looking and she's like, St. Louis looks dirty. It looks like an industrial area. I'm like, no, that's just the way it is. And the funny thing is, because it looks old and everything.
Yeah.
To my wife, who is from a city that has been in place for like 500 years.
Yeah, but Germans tend to keep their towns pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because one of the art things that's in Graz is there's this Turkish guy, or the body of a Turkish guy, sticking out of a window. And it's just
okay,
because that's how long it's been there. Because Austria, the city of Graz, was actually invaded by the Turks several hundred years ago.
So they just left a guy there?
Well, it's not a real guy. It's just a statue.
Hey, man, he's still waiting. Come on, dudes, get near the window.
Guys, where'd you go? Guys, I thought we were invading. Hello?
Guys?
I mean, and what's funny is if it was a real guy, it would be just because that's how Austrians are. There's a city, or not, there's a small mountain in the middle of the city. It's more of just a really big hill. And they put a clock tower up there. It's only about a 4 or 5 story clock tower. But when they were building it in the 1870s, 1880s, I think it was, when they did the first phase, because it's got 4 phases, they got done and then they realized that they had connected the hour hand, the shorter hand, to the minutes, and the longer hand to the hours. Well, here's what's awesome. They didn't fix it. They said, okay, we screwed that one up. We'll do the other 3 the same way.
There you go. Who's to say what's right and what's wrong?
Exactly. And it was kind of cool when I was there back in the 90s. We were actually up there at the clock, because it's a really great park to go up to. We were up there, and I happened to be looking south because they have along the walkway around the outside. They've got about a 3-foot tall rock wall with marble on top, and then lines and how far it is to certain cities around the world. I happened to be on the south side, and saw my planes that I worked on from home at Spangdahlem flying from Italy. This was during the what was it? It was deny flight.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat seeing. It was kind of neat seeing my aircraft from when I was in a different country. Come on. There we go. Not near as bad as the other two. Start with brand new pins. Works great. So Chris said it's because it's on the river, it looks that way. And Kenny said, I live in a van down by the river. One of the things they have in Kratz as well is it's a museum, I think. It looks like a kidney, a giant black kidney.
What museum is it?
I'm not sure. It's some sort of art museum.
Kidney Museum.
Yeah,
Museum of Modern Kidney.
hang on. Let me find an internet window, and maybe I can find out.
Man, how did we ever live without Google to look everything up on?
We didn't care.
Probably a lot smarter for not knowing.
Yep. No, it's all talking about health shit.
I'm talking about what?
Health shit because of the kidney.
Oh.
Yeah, probably putting a kidney museum probably isn't going to quite cut it.
Okay, well, I said Graz, Austria kidney building. And actually, when I went to the images, Graz, Austria, Whimsy and Green Ideals, there's a picture of it. It is an art gallery.
An art gallery.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And actually, it's changed in the last 15 years since we were there. Because there's a whole bunch of ventilation things sticking out of the top of it now, which they're blended into it to where it doesn't screw up its aesthetic. But I don't think those were there before. But it is really kind of neat seeing something like that in the middle of these buildings that are hundreds of years old. Kind of neat, kind of an eyesore.
No, not like that kind of stuff. I like the old stuff.
Yeah. There's a picture of the clock tower, and underneath that, like I said, it's a mountain, it's more of a hill. Underneath that, they actually have a train that runs into, I think that went over Buck's heads, Kenny or Chris said. And Kenny said, well, yes, Chris. The van down by the river didn't.
Yep, I got that.
But it's because it's on the river, it looks that way. Maybe it's because it's on the river that it looks like a kidney, because that museum or the art gallery is literally on the river there. Oh, yeah. I don't know if we ever will, but I think we need to go back to Kratz again at least one time. Of course, for that to happen, Andrea and her mom would have to start talking again.
Just show up at the door.
Yeah, couldn't do that.
Mom, nice to see you.
Well, they love each other, but they can't spend more than about 2 days together. I'm sorry. I just looked up the Turkish guy. I thought he was his legs were sticking out. It's actually him sticking out. Short sword, shield. Like I said, it's been a long time since I was there. Okay, back to work. Hang on, let's see. Taking Kelly to the store. So Kenny's going to the store. Chris Farley, yeah, I knew about the down by the river. I knew that, Kenny.
You just think you're old and forgot about it because you're kind of old.
Hey, it's Eric. He's wagging his thumb at us, but he's not talking to us.
No. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Yes. Shoot, Donnie Buck, how are you?
Good. Kalen just woke up. He's just listening,
What's going on, Eric?
not on chat.
Kenny just woke up?
No, Kalen.
Oh, Kalen. I was going to say Kenny.
Yeah.
Lazy old bastard you.
Well, he got up about an hour ago. Actually, 45 minutes ago. But Kalen said that he's going to be listening, not on much on chat, because he's on the paint booth trying to do the Land Rover that he screwed up by weathering it until he didn't like it anymore. That's why I don't weather much.
Man.
Eric would have just blown it up by that point.
Oh, okay. That's what Chris was talking about. Chris was talking about St. Louis looking old and run down because it's on the Missouri River. The Misery River.
Misery. You had it right.
Actually,
Well,
St. Louis is not on the Missouri.
And the Mississippi.
It's on the Mississippi.
I was, when I first went in, I was designated at Fort Leonard, Missouri. Fort Leonard, better known as, I was going to do Blue IT at Leonard, And then right at the last second, everything changed, and I ended up doing boot at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, my AIT up at Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland, and then right across the coast was Edgewood Arsenal, which is where I did my ASI, the extended training to become a recovery specialist. So they kind of bounced me everywhere, and I was like, I'm kind of looking forward to just like Fort Leonard Wood,
It's kind of it's a big place, but it's the Lake of the Ozarks. It's kind of a nice place. I mean, I spent enough time. We used to go there during the summer and train the Army guys how to do search and rescue for the Lake of the Ozarks, because they have a big, like a recreational deal where they rent boats and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's like a whole big recreational deal. And so we would go there, boating safety, and do boating inspection things, and it was a lot of fun. Not to mention, that's what the Army dudes who thought every one of us was an officer, so they kept saluting us all the time.
Caitlin just said, that sounds like your mic's is in your mouth, Eric. I think it's fine. I mean, I know you're off of a laptop. And Eric...
Oh, yeah, well, it's kind of odd because I'm wondering why it's picking up the voice from the laptop, but not the camera. This is the webcam.
Yeah.
And that has, like, really exceptional quality for voice, and I don't know how to switch it.
We'll go onto your Discord window. Let me look. So just like you've got the camera button on the far left, two over is the microphone.
Microphone, okay. There's a little arrow down.
Yeah, so click and see which one you're on.
It says default, so mic HD, Realtek. I think it's the mic HD.
Yeah, it should be whatever your camera is.
Does that sound better?
Sounds the same.
Sounds the same. I guess okay.
That's a little bit better.
All right, we're getting up. I think that's the one I'm looking for. So
I just thought of something.
all right.
I'm broadcasting that out to the world because it's straight off of my video. So Eric, why do you keep calling it Fort Leonard Wood? Shouldn't you be calling it Fort Lost in the Woods?
Well, that's what I said off the bat. I was like, that was the cliche, when I first started telling people I was going. Of course, my father was familiar with it, being a 20-year, lifer in the Army. He was pretty much familiar. Matter of fact, let's see. Two of my sisters were born in Maine. One of my sisters was born at Fort Dix, New Jersey, or Monmouth. It was Monmouth, maybe, but it was Fort Dix she was stationed at. And I have a brother and sister that were born in Obramagau, Germany. If I'm pronouncing that right, Obramagau. I believe that's the name of it. But anyways, that's where he was, over in Germany. And then I got a couple other Hatch brothers and sisters kicking about. He was a friendly guy. Let's just put it that way. Really friendly.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those?
Just say no. I don't think he could.
Oh, Eric?
Well, got two more of these.
I don't know if you were watching earlier, but I'm spending your money again.
I'm spending my money.
Uh-huh.
You did spend my money.
I'm going to help you spend your money.
Well, you're spending my money.
Yes. So when you're working on tanks, on little bitty parts like this pin,
Yeah.
you see this? This is called a hemostat. It holds little bitty parts and they don't go pinging off like they do with tweezers.
Oh, no kidding. That would come in handy.
I mean, look, you can even sand it while it's in the hemostat.
Now, see, but does this look like they need hemostat? I mean,
This is for the road.
The full track, buddy.
This is for the road wheels, man.
You got no pants. We got time for that. Come on now. Alright, so we need 2 more of these. 2 more of these, and I can finish up step 1. Woohoo!
I'm on step 2. Why are you slow leaking? Chris said
Of
that.
course it went to hell when I showed up, Chris. What did you expect?
I thought it went to hell when I showed up.
Expected to be pleasant? No.
That's kind of an oxymoron.
Hey, look at what you've resorting to calling me now, Chris. God. I didn't think the stream was going to get this rough this quick. Oh, buckets. That's just a shoe. Good Catholic boy like him? My goodness.
That's it. I'll be being my pet and later.
Right? How many young marriages you going to be? Well, never mind. That'll be good.
That's gonna be that's pretty much the rest of the day.
That's the rest of the day. He'll be in the on that one.
Be continued tomorrow.
So these are the last. Okay.
Hey, look, your road wheels are already black.
Mine?
Yeah.
This is dark green, man.
Ah.
If Lewis can get away with calling pink tanks faded red, this is dark green.
No, it's off red. Or a mixture of red
Off
and...
red, that's right.
It's a mixture of red and white.
I can only understand 1 out of 10 words. Oh, nobody else is hearing me?
I hear you fine.
Yeah, I hear you. Fine. That's the problem.
Oh, maybe that is the problem. Maybe. Okay.
Hey, Spence, how's it going?
Galen, right? Talk with Galen Day. Frontier gibberish. That's right. Hey, wait, what?
Authentic frontier gibberish. Hey, wait until something goes really wrong. I start speaking Dwarven. Ask Eric.
That's right. That's right. You were Dwarvish there for a while, man. You know, and I really wish I had the camera rolling on New Year's Eve. I really wish I had the camera rolling. You and David were cracking me up.
Well, see? We aim to be entertaining. That's what the whole thing is about.
Oh, you were. Oh, you were.
By the way, Eric, you see how I've got 5 little dishes here? Each parts out of each one of these little dishes went to make those little pieces.
I need to get those. Little
Yeah.
Earlier, when Buck thought he was watching somebody else the street with those little deals, he had to get some.
I looked up and I'm like, who's got those? I did not realize I was watching myself.
Talk about drainy holy buckets.
Well, in my defense, that was after I realized that I'd put 2 of these things together and had forgotten this on both sides on 2 of them, so I had to take them back apart.
Oh.
Yes. And so then I had to clean those pins back up to where they were usable.
Chris said he didn't have to use them anyway.
You know, speaking of like the paint tracks, I was watching one video of somebody, and some kits, or you can buy it separately, I guess. I don't know the name of it, but it's a shaper. It's like this little plastic piece that goes in between The top, if I have it, yeah. No, I guess, yeah, this will be fine. It goes in between here and the top of your track, and it shapes it so you can put the glue in the glue points, and then put that in there, and it presses down in the correct spots, I guess, to make it so that you have the proper, sag. And of course, everybody here knows about sag, right? Old people.
Wait a minute. Where was Eric when we were talking about that exact thing? We were talking about sag.
Looking. Wait a minute. Even Spence is saying it sounds like I'm clipping. Doesn't translate well to YouTube. All right, I have an idea. No, I don't. I don't have it with me. Well, I'm going to say I could put my headset on, but I don't have my headset down here.
Well, what I was going to say is maybe you have your gain on your mic is a little bit loud.
Turning the volume down on your mic just a hair.
I don't know how to do that. Okay.
Okay, so what you do is you get the volume, you go to the volume knob for your mic.
This one? I don't know what that is.
No, it's not going to be on Discord.
Listen?
Yes.
Like, whatever, sure. Alright, so. I turned that down. I have no idea.
That's good.
Did that work?
Yes.
It worked.
Yes.
Hey, all right.
Much better. Sounded like you were sitting on your mic. I mean, your mic was right in front of your mouth.
Well, it technically is because it's right here. So, yeah. That sounds better. Sven, all right. Yeah. We have those sags if it's not operating. I know, but there's a couple documentaries where of World War II where I've seen footage of tanks rolling down, and I believe it was German tanks, and they were going through like the city streets, Chris, and they looked like there was bobble to them, like they weren't hot, they were loose, kind of thing. So that made me kind of think too. I was like, well. Possibly. Maybe. I can't see anything. I need my goggles.
I almost started speaking Dwarvish right there.
What?
Yeah.
What is talking about? Yeah.
Well, see, what you don't understand, Eric, is these little pins I'm working with. I'll show you once I get this one done.
These that spelled with 2 T's. Just a thing.
So, Eric,
I'm watching that.
if you look, these things, there's a little pin in there, and those move.
Oh, look at that.
I've spent the last hour and a half building these things. 4 of them. Including the 2 that I fucked up first and had to take apart and redo.
So you built 4 tiny parts?
Yes.
Hey, Donnie, what are you working on?
Warhammer minis.
Oh, right on. Was one of them winged that you were working on earlier?
This one?
Oh, yeah, that's what I saw. Okay.
It's a dropship.
So Eric,
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and it opens up, and you can actually put the Marines inside of it.
Oh, rock on.
Eric, Chris said, sounded like your head was up your butt. Normal.
That's what I said. He misspelled it. The butt is with 2 T's.
Ah, okay. With your spaced armor, you won't see the sag anyway. And Spence went, whoa, language. I'm fucking sorry, Spence.
What the fuck is going on? Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm a Christian, but I still cuss. A work in progress.
Just stay away from the Romans.
Getting to the Romans there, right?
Huh?
Bloody Romans, what have they ever done for us?
No, I'm talking about staying away from the Romans because the Romans on Sundays feed the Christians to the lions.
Yeah, one was saved though. Lions weren't hungry that night.
Well, there you go.
It was an act of God.
No, we've been active indigestion.
Ah, shit.
What would you have to be that guy that doesn't get eaten because they filled up on slaves prior to that? I guess Spence isn't joining us. What's up with that?
He hates us.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but, you know, kind of become, you know.
This is making more drinking boards for.
Yeah, he's slaving over a hot computer. Or a hot soldering iron.
Has Kenny gotten back to work again?
Think so. Actually, Kenny. Oh, that's right. Kenny went shopping. He was here earlier, but he went shopping. That's something Andrea and I are going to try and cut out because it's just too expensive. Shopping for anything.
Yep.
Right?
I say we just quit shopping.
Except for models.
Food is overrated.
Yep.
You forget about eating anyways when you start doing a model. So, doesn't that save you money?
Yep.
That's another sand line. I shouldn't shake that up. Okay. What's up?
Go ahead, Eric. Who needs detail?
Yeah, and Eric, those little pins that match up with holes on the other side of the parts, just cut them off.
Just cut them off.
Yeah, they're in the way.
Yeah, that's part of modeling, Eric. You scrape all the detail off and then you stretch build it back on.
Whose version of fun was that?
That's what I ask myself all the time. It's like, so then you can re-scribe them back on. It's like, well, why don't you just not mess with them in the first place?
I was okay. You know, speaking of extra work, I still think Buck is nuts, or all y'all nuts, that do the patchwork model of the Enterprise, and then like, you know, I got like 3/4 of it together. I think I'm going to take it apart, and that's what the windows.
I've only got about a third.
Wait, what?
I've only got about a third of it done. So Chris said that Kenny's at the store holding Kelly's purse, probably. And Spence says, well, actually, I can't tell you what I'm doing. Basically. It's just
Top secret stuff again.
Yes.
Hey, Spence, we don't keep secrets. Not in HLI. Come on.
Only Spence and Kenny keep secrets.
We can't tell you what we're doing, but we're going to tell you. We're going to tell you every week, and we can't tell you what we're doing.
Exactly.
Well, I can tell you, but then I have to kill you, so.
We just need to get Spence completely hammered on live stream and then get him to like spill the beans.
And he's writing stuff for a campaign.
Hey,
So you can stick on there. Yes, it doesn't. I guess there's laser.
So I get like, I keep, okay, maybe not. We'll fly with that.
Holy shit, Batman.
Dave, there's a time and a place, Buck. Come on. It's called the restroom.
I'm just looking at this.
You don't have a body in the head.
These little bitty
Batman ever go into a
pins.
suit? Is his suit waterproof? Or
It wasn't Batman and Robin because they went underwater.
that movie doesn't count.
Okay.
That movie sucked. Now ask me if I watched it. No.
No, you didn't watch it.
It's on the shelf with Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, see, it rates as well as Galaxy Quest does, which it doesn't. So,
it's a really good movie then.
What the?
well, the new specialty for maybe.
I really like this. So this piece snaps in to the pins that I didn't use on these pieces.
Do you guys still see my feed?
Is that your handle waving back and forth? Yeah, you're working on the.
We don't look at your feet.
Not feed. I mean, so basically I have a blank screen right now. But I hear you guys.
I can see you.
No, we see you. You're moving.
Okie dokie.
You got gorilla forearms. You ever think about hitting that with a razor or something? Oh, look. That much hair on one stream, it just froze.
I think maybe the blank screen he had was a precursor to what was fixing to happen.
He was trying to tell him, trying to let him know. Buck kept interrupting.
Hey man, bad things are gonna happen.
I say we blame it on Chris.
I don't know, it was all working fine until Eric showed up.
The M24 Chaffee on the graveyard.
I showed up.
Hang on, let me tell you. I'll look. I'll look, Kalen. I don't know what I bid on there. I just do it on Saturday night, and then I'm like, "What the hell? I owe money for this stuff."
You guys think I'm bad? Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, I did.
We just remembered.
I did bid on the M24 Chaffee.
Pretty bad when you don't even know you did it.
Oh, and Facebook's doing that stupid shit where I can't see beyond a couple of the comments.
You have to click the little view all comments button.
I already did. It's
What is it with old people? They just like can't get the hang of technologies.
it's just Facebook gets stupid on these auctions.
Well, you would have been accurate just stopping at Facebook is stupid.
Well, yeah.
Right. Done and done.
Holy crap! I'm still winning for $7. I guarantee it's going to go up higher than that.
$7.
Yeah, that would be me, Caitlin. Mark Buchholz.
Yeah.
And there's 6 motors, you buck?
Now we can only handle one. And I don't even think we can do that.
Well, you know, I've done my best to make as many of me as possible.
You can stop
I did.
anytime. That's what I was forgetting. Oh, can't go anywhere without those C-clips. Swear.
Call the Coast Guard. We lost Shoe. Man overboard.
Oh, C-clips. There we go.
I thought they were called Jesus clips.
Coast Guard, we lost you. Oh, wait, Shoe is the Coast Guard.
$100 worth of kits. Kayla, addiction? Much?
Over $100. Wow.
Intervention.
Shoe said his laptop either died or it needs FiOS.
Well, if it needs FiOS, he's going to be waiting a long time.
Yep.
Just ask Kenny.
So he's got. See, that's the funny thing is that in my world, when I've got if I have over $100 worth of kits that I'm bidding on scale new lips. I can't speak. Exactly.
On the Book of Faith.
Dwarven! Fucking Dwarven!
But when if I've got that many kits that I'm bidding on, that just means I'm bidding on like 12 or 15 kits because I don't go much over $20 on Scale Model Graveyard. And Chris said, Kaylin, you're buying $100 worth of kits? Dead man walking. Beware the wrath of Melissa. I think he's just trying to catch up with me. So I will be right back because Amazon just made a noise. That was what that tone was, and said that we have a package delivered.
It'll be alright. Just leave it sitting out there. Nobody will bother it.
No. Could be something. It could be a model kit.
Intervention! I'm Don. How's the weather?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's real nice right now.
What do you got for temps?
Do what?
What do you got for temps?
Let's see. It's 81 right now.
That ain't bad.
Well, that's nice.
I think we're still sitting at -1.
You're kidding.
Nah.
Remind me to never move to North Dakota.
I wish I was. You guys ought to come and visit, man. Awesome.
Maybe in like August.
Right.
When it's like 50 degrees.
Galen said most of those are $5 kits.
Wow, that's a lot of kids. 20 kids.
That's a lot of kits.
Chris said Amazon just delivered Buck's erectile dysfunction meds.
That would be another model. That's Viagra for modelers.
Oh, that's too good.
That looks pretty darn good to me. It's plastics in the way. Okay, so that's still a free roller. Good to go there. Whoop, get back on.
I'm back.
There's one. Oh shit!
I can just drop out of the stream. Wait, then I'll quit.
You dare. Would be nice. We don't have to, but you have to be nice.
Hey, but Eric, Spence was going to tell us the secret when you came back.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yeah. No, Spence isn't.
Trying to bundle a bunch from the same seller. The problem with the scale model graveyard these days is that the kits, you spend $20-25 for a kit and $50 for shipping.
Right.
Well, that, primarily, unless it's free shipping on eBay, I don't really go to eBay, or I haven't used it.
Well, he's talking about Scale Model Graveyard.
On Facebook.
Yeah, what I was getting at the shipping part is that that's kind of why I stick with Amazon, because I primarily look for the Prime shipping, the ones that are doing that. So
you have the Prime shipping?
Yeah.
So you pay for the shipping, you just do it monthly.
Yeah. But we order a lot, from there, like household stuff or whatever. If it was just models, no. The wife wouldn't let me. Think we're all good? That looks.
I usually, if I'm going to get a model, I usually try to get it from someone like Cult TV Man or something like that. Just to kind of support them and keep them in business. Because if all of those go out of business, then Amazon and eBay are free to charge whatever the hell they want to.
Yeah.
It's kind of how Hobby Lobby does it. If you know. Oh, if that's not. No, we want to catch him in a minute. I'll let it catch him. Need a drop. Go. Well, I suppose, if nobody knows, I am doing a Panzer IV tank. Buck's doing a T-26.
Yep.
Which one was? T-26?
T-26.
T-26. Is that Russian?
Yes.
I've never built a tank.
I haven't either. This is my first one.
So what you're saying is you're building the not tank.
Listen. Very careful.
So Kalen said my 350 scale hood will be here tomorrow. He's going to buy all the PE and wooden decks next month, and then I'll be ordering the 350 Bismarck.
Oh, nice. I was looking up the wooden decks and the PE for the Bismarck. Or was it the Queen Mary 2? One of them, the wooden deck was actually in my price range, but the PE was actually more expensive than the wooden deck, and I would have thought otherwise. The PE is like $80-$90, whereas the wooden deck, not from Edward or Edward or whatever you call it there, not from that company. It was like some knockoff company, but it was like, $40-$50. I was like, yeah, I can handle that for the wooden deck. That's okay. 1 month I can get the wooden deck. I kind of assumed that the PE for it was going to be that way. Hell no.
I know there's a Chinese. I know
I assumed.
There's a Chinese company out there that does the
They have it on.
wooden decks.
Now, let's see. So,
Wow.
let's see. All right, there's a super, from eBay, there's a super upgrade kit for $40, free shipping on eBay. Anchor chain, metal barrels, 3 PE sheets, and a wooden deck. Wow.
For the Queen Mary?
I'll put that on the watch list. Come on now. Put it on the watch list, you butthead. What version? What version? Revell, Tamiya, or Mini Hobby? Revell, I would assume.
Talking Queen Mary, right?
No, it's good enough. I gotta find decals too, for the good now. Oh, great. More snow. Nice. On the way. Love it.
Us too.
Go all in and get the Ponto. I've heard of that, but the Pontos for that I thought was like the pricey one.
It is.
Buck's like, I can confirm.
Well, the Pontos for the 200 Titanic was $180.
$80. Kalen just said the PE for the Rebel Kit Bismarck was like $199. I must have been looking at the Queen Mary then, because the Queen Mary, there's really not. I wouldn't think it'd be a lot of photo etch. Other than you got what, railings?
Yep.
And like what else? Like, I mean, the anchor,
You got railings. You got the stairs. This is frustrating me. Sorry. Trying to put these things on here. Maybe if I take it back off of the other set of road wheels. This thing, I'm trying to line up these 2 pins here. Took a minute to figure out which pins they were. Getting them to line up at the same time is being a real bear.
Is that putting it nicely?
Big pain in the fucking ass.
The language. Trying to keep it PG in here. No good.
We just lost that, didn't we?
Yeah, we lost that a long time ago.
Well, don't talk about losing things. I almost dropped the piece of rotten puke.
But it gets you everything. Yes, it gets you everything, including $200 out of the bank account. Yeah, my wife.
That's the thing. I mean, Chris, I totally get what you're saying, and I think it would be awesome to be able to do that. Financially, I'm just not even close to doing anything like that. unless I stop buying
Food.
and get out of model for like 4 months. Doing modeling, you know?
Eric, stop buying food.
See, damn food again. The bane of our existence.
Too expensive anyway.
And you don't really buy food, you only rent it because you get rid of it shortly after you eat it.
I didn't used to do that with models. I'd build it and then get rid of it shortly after I built it.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore. They have a new lease on modeling life.
Yeah, now you're building and you're going up.
No. Don't be starting rumors now. I don't do enough anymore. I'm all about reviving.
Okay, build, crash, and then build again.
You guys have no faith in us, do you? No.
I do.
There's lots of faith in you, Eric.
Sounds it.
Faith that you're going to build, crash, and rebuild your models.
I am not going to do that. You know what? The only model I have that's crashed is the first one I did crash, and that was of the Enterprise. That is the only, well, okay, it's not the only one, but I mean, that was the first one. We'll just stick with that. That's the first one.
Well, it's not crashed, but we are still waiting on the stranded video, the stranded diorama.
What about the Huey helicopter?
Nope, gone. Cashed them.
Exactly.
What about the TIE fighter?
Cashed.
But just a moment ago, you said the only model you crashed was the Enterprise.
Okay, I retracted my statement, but I retracted it. I said it was the first. I said correction. That was my first. There was a few others that might have stumbled about, after that.
And you never actually went through with it, but you described plans to crash the B-17.
Nope. I say it now. Donnie, come on, work with me. I'm all about a renewal. Renewal. Okay, for instance, right? This tank. I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to burn it. I'm going to throw it out the window. I'm going to throw it in the garbage. It's going to be sitting on a shelf. With many more tanks. Many more tanks.
War will break out amongst the tanks and they'll get blown up. And
I can't. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not going to put Russian tanks next to German tanks because that wouldn't work out well. Where? Use that.
When the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor,
Check. Look at that. Step one. But I did it. Step one. Done.
cool. What, you made some wheels?
I made wheel.
Nice.
Wooden decks, PE, metal barrels, and decals are pretty much the same price. Yes, Chris. I also agree with that. It is. But when you're working on a monthly budget, it's easier to kind of piecemeal it, because then I can do it. If I tried buying in a set, I would. I would have to wait at least 4 months before I'd be able to think about doing that. And in the meantime, I can't buy anything else. So,
Spence in the house. Almost.
whoa. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Spence.
Yeah, for some reason this old I'm not at my workbench, but this old camera, the microphone works, but the video doesn't. So I thought I'd just pop on and chat for a little bit.
Oh, right on.
Spence is here to tell us what the top secret stuff he's working on is, because nobody will tell.
That's right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You do sound a lot. You do sound a lot better on Discord than you do on YouTube. I will say that. I was also curious how that sounded.
Battle damage.
See, Buck is the one that's taking it out of Discord stream and putting it on YouTube, so we'll blame him for that.
Blame it on me. I'm okay with that.
That battle damage.
What'd you do? Broke something.
Well, I was cleaning off. I was cleaning off some like flash,
Uh-huh.
and oops, kind of went and dumped myself. Well, that just doesn't want to. There we go. Cupped right into it. But to me, extra thin to the rescue.
Because I'm upstairs in my other work area right now, and I have an old Logitech camera, and the video just is so craptacular. I'm not even bothered with it. It's like I like 360p or something like that.
I have an old Logitech that I use quite regularly.
Yeah, but it's like 360 resolution, and it's blocky and choppy. It's like a 10-year-old camera. It's pretty bad.
Mine too. I use it regularly, like I said. Which one is it that you've got?
Hold on a second. I gotta readjust here. I tried to get this set up so that to pick up my voice better.
You sound fine.
Yeah, the audio's not bad, but the video is really blocky. I can't actually read it. It's rubbed off, but it's like one of those old like spherical ones that
Oh, okay.
people used to clip up on like their old like MacBooks and stuff.
Yeah, and those actually, I think they actually still make some of those.
I've seen really cheap ones on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, the one I use.
I bought my first video camera in '96, and it took a full VHS tape, like it was one of the big shoulder-mounted ones.
Yep.
Bought it off of on the Post PX over at Fort Lewis.
Oh, okay, here it is. It's a C200. It literally is a giant spherical ball that you can kind of rotate a little bit. But last time I had it was for a video telecon, and like nobody could see me.
Did anybody want to see you?
Yeah, they might have just had some pity on me, I suppose.
Yeah, this is the one that I use all the time for the live streams. This is the one that points at me.
Okay.
And it's
It keeps going out.
no, it works fine. That's a C615, and they still sell it. So I figured out how to get the one set of tank wheels together, and I'm like, holy crud. Clipping these to the wheels is not a good thing. They don't work very well on the wheels. You have to glue it first, and then glue it to the microscopic pins here first, and then clip it back to the wheels. So let me go back and work on this one before the glue completely dries and I can never do anything with it again. And oh, by the way, the parts that size should not require cheaters to put together. That's just my opinion.
Well, they do. So, yeah.
You know, I'm going to talk to somebody and make it snow in your state again.
Oh,
He said a while ago it's supposed to snow again anyway.
I know that.
that's all right. I just realized. I thought I was done with step one because they have it blocked off in quarters. This is 4 parts to step one. I only did the first part.
So you did step 1.1.
1.25. We're gonna work with it like that. 1.25.
By the way, Eric, if it makes you feel better, I'm supposed to get snow on Friday.
Observe.
I hope we're not getting any more snow.
Oh, all right, Buck. We got to team up. We got to send all of what we're going to get right over to him.
Yep. Well, I usually get Donnie's weather a couple days early.
Too late. The order's already been placed.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm looking here right now, and it's going to be 71 Friday, so send all the snow you want. It won't make it.
What about Saturday?
We're not going to talk about Saturday.
He's got snow on Saturday.
Saturday.
71 degrees on Friday. 35 degrees on Saturday.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
I love Tennessee.
You're sending it to him.
Send it Friday.
Nope. At all, Chris? You know what? I haven't touched the shovel either. We have to use snow blowers up here, or you're just not going anywhere.
I didn't use my shovel at all. I threw some salt. So, Shu said that he thinks Spencer killed on Discord. Thinks that Spencer killed his stream because he was asking too many questions. Sounds reasonable.
Is that true, Spence?
No comment.
In other words, Of course, it appeared that I killed Kenny's stream last night.
No comment.
Ooh, anybody want a 1/420 Defiant for $30?
Defiant?
Yeah, the big 420 scale.
Yeah, if I hadn't bought one of those just a little while ago, I'd jump all over that.
So would I. I think I've got 3 of them.
I've got one.
Not put on in Discord in case anybody else is interested.
I'll put it up on the community.
Oh, I will, but I'll put it up on Discord first.
Put it up on Scale Model Graveyard. Galen will auction it.
Oh, I'm not selling it. It was just from someplace I saw online.
Ah.
Make money. Galen would jump all over it. He wouldn't even see what it was. He just buy it.
Not true. He's only been on 20 right now.
Oh, and that's the old one.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious. I remember there was a stream that a lot of people were on, and Cult TV Man had like 5 or 6 of those things. And suddenly they didn't have any because everyone was like, hey, Cult TV Man's got some, and boom, everybody ran over there and bought them.
Yeah. I can't remember, Spence. Did you finish your TIE Interceptor?
Just starting to paint on it. I screwed up my Tamiya order in the mail, so I had to fix that.
Oh, God, that's right. Yeah, you had mentioned that. How long ago was that? That's been a while.
That was like a couple weeks ago. The place I ordered from said they had the right color in stock. They said the wrong color, then they said they didn't have it in stock. So I had to go find it someplace else. This is a whole bunch of BS.
Wow. We screwed up, but we're never going to admit we screwed up.
The way it goes.
Yeah. Huh?
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on painting the cockpit right now. Terribly difficult. It's just waiting for paint to dry. So, and I've been pretty busy with lots of other stuff.
Well, yeah.
Top secret
You've been
shit.
working on fence.
Oh, huh?
Don't you teach?
Tutoring.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I do some of that. It's not nearly as profitable as it was now that the whole bid situation has kind of died down.
Right.
And the powers that be decided this summer go ahead and redo the kitchen. Thankfully, I'm not going to have as much say in that as I did the bathroom, so it's not going to be as big a time sink.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, that's what we're still in the process of doing. I mean, I don't think remodeling ever goes away. Because even if you remodeled 5 years down the road, the idea will come up and be like, I'm kind of tired of this. Let's change, and here we go again.
The last time this house was remodeled was when the folks built it, which was
60s?
87.
Oh, 80s. Wow.
Yeah. Finally decided last year the bathrooms needed to be done. We're thinking about the kitchen or the carpet this year, but I told the old man and old woman, I'm not doing anything with that. I'm not touching the kitchen. Forget it. You guys can do it. Just leave me out of it.
Carpet in the kitchen. I never really could understand that mentality back then.
Not carpet in the kitchen. Carpet or kitchen.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh no, I've never put a carpet in the kitchen. No.
Some of the places we've seen at during the house buying process, you see carpet in the kitchen and it's like an instant about face. Leave, because that's going to cost money.
But somebody say, this is a family that never had kids.
Exactly. Like never spilled a damn thing. Nobody had arms in this place. We couldn't spill anything. So.
No.
There was some commercial a while back I saw about carpet in a shower or something.
Must have been Russian.
No, it was like a mobile phone commercial or something.
No.
Mobile or one of those BS things. And we also have the prep work for that. Working on some HLI effects stuff.
Really? Like what?
Stuff Kenny's already told you about.
We call bullshit, but yeah.
No, he's told you. He's told you the stuff. You guys just need to remember. Writing stuff for the campaign. Trying to get that ready by next week. I've been getting over this throat thing and we're pretty much over that now, but And right now, like I said, I'm trying to get my Photon S printer modified a little bit so I can print in the cold with it.
He's installing a flamethrower.
What changes that? Well, you gonna get like a heat plate or something?
Nope, I am doing what I did with my paint booth. I'm sticking an incandescent bulb in it. Little 20-watt candelabra bulb. Stick that in there. I have an old, what do they call it, temperature controller, little relay, for like greenhouse growing and stuff, little temperature controlled relay switch. I think it'll be enough to keep the resin warm in the basement, because it never gets above like 71 or 72 down there, and I'm pretty sure it's just too cold for what I'm doing.
Right.
At least should be fine, shouldn't it?
And I tried it multiple times. It would fail consistently. When the printer would warm up, it would get better, and then when I brought it upstairs, it would print fine. But I can't print up here. I got someone who's very, very sensitive to smells like that, so it's got to be down in the basement. And there's no part of the house that isn't used, at least during some part of the day. So.
Sounds like you got to buy yourself a shop like Omar did.
Yeah. No, if I had money, yeah, sure, absolutely.
I think we all love a shop.
Right.
My workspace, which is my desk up here in my bedroom, and then I have, which I use for the electronic stuff, and then the only other place I have is about an eighth of a basement, or maybe a sixth of a basement, but that's about it.
Now, just
Yeah, the Chris, what I did in my spray booth is I bought, I think it was 120 watt incandescent, shoved it in there, and I could sometimes get the temperature up to like 105 degrees Fahrenheit.
is that about drying paint?
After drying paint, I was kind of amazed at how well it worked, but incandescent bulbs are basically just heaters.
Right.
And I saw somebody on Reddit, I think it was, mention they shoved a candelabra bulb in their Photon S, and it actually kept the resin pretty toasty, so I'm going to try that. I'm pretty sure it's going to work, but if I should have been smarter and waited until like the Elegoo Saturn or Mono X came out.
They heated or something?
It's just bigger. And it's easier to put like a heating element or filters or something in if you need to.
Oh, okay.
I can definitely say suspension on a tank sucks.
Well, I'm actually having some fun with it. This is kind of cool.
Oh yeah. But wait until you're trying to connect two sets of road wheels together. Maybe it's just suspension on this tank.
It might be. I think that's exactly what it is.
Oh yeah, Chris, I keep my resin upstairs in a cabinet. I don't ever put it in the cold, ever.
No, Spence just keeps paint in the cold. Or wait, he gets it shipped to him frozen.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
I know.
Lots of times.
I've had that happen too.
I've had
Jonesy.
airbrush thinner, which is mainly alcohol, get frozen in shipment.
That's an accomplishment.
Probably easier for Eric than for me.
Eric we just wonder what heat gets shipped not frozen.
Yeah. All right.
Come on.
Did that look right? All right.
Unreal having to use cheaters to put pins in. Problem is, three different moving parts to this thing.
There.
But you know, probably you're going to be playing more with it after you get it built. They don't necessarily have to move.
No, I'm just trying to get them together. Pieces move separately from each other. The pieces that I'm trying to glue together all can move separately
Right.
from each other.
What's the problem?
So, now let's get the other one spinning there longer. Take these off so I can actually see. So this set of wheels goes on later. Oh, yay, that just fucking fell apart. The two,
So they go on later.
well, I messed with it while it was still drying. Fortunately, it went back together pretty well. So I show it in a picture. I show pictures instead. So this part here,
Good luck to you, Michaela.
so this part here has to glue onto these two pins here, and both of these can move independently. Real pain in my butt. Gonna be testing out new spray gunner, no name brand, cordless airbrush. Not sure, testing it on an almost. Kaylin, use it on the what was it? The one that you've been rebuilding after you rusted it out. Land Rover.
Land Rover?
Yeah. My mind was saying carryall, but I'm like, no, it's not a carryall. Hey, a couple other pieces I can put on.
Black gloves. Nice.
What?
Glove models. Black glove models.
No, it's more fun to start with a really. Don't be like Buck. Be like Buck. Buck does things wrong.
Funny.
And when you do it wrong, you learn more.
Start with a Tamiya kit. Too late.
Yeah.
Monogram.
Well, speaking of which, if you really want a kit that's going to be a challenge, I saw on I was on Hobby Lobby site today for $5. They're selling, because 40% off. They're selling a what was it? Was it Academy? Something like that. They're selling a tank for $5, and it has 2 stars. And it has 2 stars, and I'm like, I might have to get that just because I'm stupid. Wait.
You know, there's a lot of places that I wouldn't trust any of you. You know, I would just like go ahead and get it and make my own opinion.
Yeah.
That kit You know, I've had kits that people have sworn against and warned me, oh, don't ever get it, don't ever get it. I get it, and I actually had fun doing it. You know, building it up. So.
And the thing is, a lot of times, building the kit, for me at least, building a kit that has issues is more fun. So
Yeah.
So Kalen's wearing black gloves, but they'll be white by the time he gets done.
Yeah. All right, so now. Check. Left side road wheels completed. Sure. What on the right? Now to do the right.
You're on step 1.5 now?
I'm past. I just completed step 1.5.
So you're doing
Thank you for those. See, somebody cares on this stream. Just saying.
You're doing the road wheels and straight onto the chassis already?
No, the road wheels are separate, as you saw earlier, and then they get pinned in, and those pins. Which screw was that on?
It was that one over there.
But anyways, yeah, there's pins in the back, and it keeps it all like, you know, probably movable. Oh my God, they're right there. You see those long ones?
Uh-huh.
Pinky? Yeah. Those are what goes inside, on the inside. No, Spence, we lost them. He was about to reveal the secret.
That's why Kenny took him out.
I tried connecting the video on my camera, and it did not like that.
He's back.
Yeah. Yep.
Now you can reveal the secret.
I can. The camera really doesn't work.
Well, no, because I mean, you know, you can tell us. We don't have to see it. I mean, my goodness. And the secret is?
Huh? What?
The secret is
Just gonna say the secret. Then the secret is?
there is no secret.
42.
No, see, Eric, the wheels, you know, those are your road wheels, but the wheels that went straight to my tank body, those are the return wheels. The road wheels, huh?
What did you call the ones that you put in?
I forget what they're. Let's see, not road wheel, not idler. I call them the return wheels because that's.
I think he first fell asleep.
Who did?
The drive wheel?
No, the road wheels are down here. These are the track just rolls over top of. No drive to them at all.
Ah, okay.
They're like
Stabilizers.
Or like an Ivor?
I called them the return wheels.
It's an old Airfix kit. Oh, $5. Chris was like, no, that Hobby Lobby kit is like crap.
May not be Airfix. That's the one. Yeah. It depends on how much you learn from it, though, Chris.
Yeah, see? Look at that. Old man on the mountain speaks.
Maybe what you learn is, yeah, that kid is crap.
Ah, look, return rollers. I called them return wheels. Do I get an E for? Do I get an E for
Wheel roll. So that was close.
I'll be back in a moment.
He's going to get the secret stuff and tell us about it.
Oh, he's done.
I'm reaching dangerous territory where I may or may not have photo etch.
So your first ever tank and you're putting photo etch on it?
Yeah!
Did it come with it?
I won the photo etch in November.
Oh, that's right.
So obviously I had to get a kit to go with the photo etch. You can't just have photo etch. Oh, it's a 172. That's one that you just pour some glue on and throw it.
It's a 172nd kit? Wow. No, thank you.
Hey, it's $5, man.
Yo, Hank?
Now, okay. 172nd scale for me, 172nd scale for model airplanes, perfect. Because I don't have the space to do 148 scale planes all over the place. But 172nd for airplanes, yes. 135th, the smallest I go for like military stuff, yeah.
All right.
But when I did the quad, that Japanese Zero, that was the one I won from HLI, that was 172nd. It was small, and it was challenging because I'd never done anything that small before. But my goodness, yeah, it was a nice kit, highly detailed.
Well, I half did it.
Hey, he's back.
You will
I have a good camera this time.
wait. Is that the top secret thing right there?
I'll give you a hint.
Hint.
Winky Blinkies.
These are NeoPixels, smart LEDs.
I'm trying to remember. I remember Kenny saying something about something like that, but I don't remember what it was.
That's kit. That's the Knight Rider, the front end.
No.
No, the Knight Rider goes back and forth.
Well, this is not tied to any particular subject matter. This is just me mucking around, learning how to use smart LEDs.
Ghostbusters. You have to
No.
Am I think I just said that this is not tied to any subject matter.
No, I don't listen to you because you're sneaky. You're sneaky, you're tricky. You know damn well that it's tied to something, but you're just not gonna spill the beans.
Okay, I'll spill the beans. This is the strobe and nav blinker from 001. This is the engine flicker effect for the Grissom, and this is just a random chaser that I programmed in.
To me, it looks like it might eventually be a phaser.
No, he's up to something. We don't care what you say. He's up to something. We'll go listen to him. Don't fall for his tricks, guys.
Yes, there is a project that will involve some version of, not necessarily tape like this, but some version of smart LEDs.
Ah, see? Now we're getting somewhere. So now it went from nothing to, well, might be about something.
I never said nothing. I said this is something that's going to be put in the project. It's just this here is just not a particular project.
Okay.
And
We hear you loud and clear.
I don't think that you are actually listening to me at all, but okay, I'll take your word for it.
Wait, Spence, is this the first time that you realize that Eric doesn't listen?
I gotta get practice with Vlad, okay? So,
I guess I would have to agree with you on that.
Exactly.
Vlad will learn to listen.
Okay.
You didn't play with Vlad. It's not quite that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vlad's with the Paladin now.
My character pulled him out of a giant pit of lava, and he basically turned into fried chicken. And he still didn't listen to me.
I like chicken.
Yeah, but he's with a paladin now.
Okay, guys, we are at 3 hours and 15 minutes, so I'm going to shut down the YouTube portion of the show.
Before you do that, I will give one more hint as to something else I'm working on.
For listening?
It's right there on camera.
That looks like
That's a
it might.
programmable.
An SD card reader. Right?
That's a
What?
sound card.
SD card reader?
I won't say what it is. You can figure it out.
Turn it where the side is up. The other side.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, he's not going to do that. Okay.
That's
It
nice.
shows us every side but that one.
I think it looks like it
Yeah.
might be a sound card reader.
That's what I'm saying.
Or
It's
sound
the
card.
SD card reader. Put the SD card in it. It saves the sound files or the programming for the smart LEDs.
I can't say anything else because Kenny will yell at me. So
Right, because if that was the case, then the lights plus the sound would be Ecto 1. Come on, right?
you know it's fun pulling these strings.
Okay, so I'm going to shut down the stream. Anybody want to say anything before we get off?
Yeah, don't shut it down.
Have
Gotcha.
a good one, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Look at Mr. Political. Oh, yeah. Were you going for re-election there, Donnie?
No comment.
Chris got it. We nailed it on the head. It's part of my toaster. I just can't. I can't give up the secrets. It's just a toaster.
Yeah, but this is us. It's not like we're live streaming.
We are, actually.
No.
Shut up, Buck.
Wait till button to turn the stream off, and then
Yeah, Buck. Turn the stream off.
Okay, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun. Got a lot done on the tank. Donnie's gotten a lot of minis painted. Eric's done some work on his tank. Spence is pulling everybody's chain.
that's what Spence likes to do.
Yep. And Chris says that it was a good stream till Eric showed up. So you guys have a great afternoon, evening, whatever time it happens to be on wherever you are. Talk to you later, and take care of yourselves out there.